Just before we get started with the episode, I've got some news for you. Come on in, sit right down, let me talk to the people, because here's the deal. We have been operating for quite a while now, we're enjoying what we're doing, and I come to you with a proposition. Normally, this would be at the end of the podcast, but I'm going to be putting it at the beginning, because what we want to do is we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to build. And the only way that we can do that is with the help of our wonderful audience. We are truly grateful for all of your love and support and listenership thus far. And so we just want to give the opportunity to give back to you on a more personal level. And that is with a sponsorship. I drug you right in. I sucked you right in with that. Here's the deal. If you wish to sponsor the podcast, anything and everything we are up for and available to do. If you wish to plug a little show of yours, if you wish to plug an indie promotion, if you wish to plug a shop, store, merchandise, anything you want, we are available to you, because not only do we support Canadian independent wrestling, we support Canadians, we support the world. And the way to sponsor us is to first contact us at colossaltusslepod@gmail.com. That's colossaltusslepod@gmail.com. If you do that, you can give us a shout. We can begin to negotiate for your very own plug right here on the Colossal Tussle podcast. As our viewership continues to grow, let's get some eyes, let's get some ears onto your product, not just us. So once again, if you wish to sponsor the podcast at the colossaltusslepod@gmail.com, send us an email, colossaltusslepod@gmail.com. And with that all out in the day open, on with the show. Did you think I was done, baby? Absolutely not. Come on in and sit right down. I'm not done, because now I've got some wrestling news for you. Oh yeah, starting first with Team Canada versus Team America, July 22nd, 2023 at the Western Fair Argoplex. That is 845 Florence Street, London. The doors open at 7 p.m. and that's brought to you by none other than Smash Wrestling. Team Canada versus Team America. Which side are you on? And that is once again July 22nd, right when this podcast goes live. Next, we have August the 5th, Bash by the Bay 2, Saturday, August the 5th at Centennial Beach at 7 p.m. Barry Wrestling comes back to the beach with action-packed card full of title matches and the finals for the Kempenfest Cup. Be there. Get your tickets when available, because that is Bash by the Bay 2. You're not going to want to miss it. And finally, we have Pro Wrestling Ontario coming back with a vengeance for The Reckoning, Saturday, August the 12th at 7 o'clock at the famous Germania Club of Hamilton. We have a champion versus champion match, title for title. Internet and Southern Ontario Championship as Sabre takes on Devon Parkside. This is a 2-fall match, 20-minute time limit. The first fall for the Southern Ontario title and the second fall for the Internet belt. And of course, all of the great stars of Pro Wrestling Ontario will be there Saturday, August the 12th at the Germania Club of Hamilton. Get your tickets where you can. I might even be there. But until then, officially on with the show. The Colossal Tussle Podcast, episode 37, Stairway to Motherfucking Heaven.
I like that.
It is I, the next big thing. KJ Johnson, alongside the incomparable, the incredible,
Here we go.
the heroic,
Here we go.
Mr. America.
I'll take that. Just John.
Hello, my friend.
What is happening, buddy?
We have returned.
Again.
We have returned.
We took a little break,
Yeah.
a little siesta, but we're back.
I wouldn't
We are
even,
back.
I wouldn't even call it a siesta anymore. It's just our standard. It's just our usual.
We give you like 4 good ones, then we take a break.
Yeah. We have to reset our batteries and return back and stronger than ever.
Oh yeah.
with one of the worst pay-per-views that I have ever seen.
The worst?
One of the worst.
Oh.
This was a slog to get through, my friend. A slog.
We've reviewed way worse.
I don't think we have.
We've reviewed way worse. Listen, we've given a couple pay-per-views a 1 star.
We will get into it.
Okay.
But let me tell you, there was a lot going on here that I was not a fan of.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I was pissed off about it. But we'll get there. Welcome to the Colossal Tussle Podcast. Thank you for joining us on this July edition of the podcast.
Why did you say today's date?
Because I'm pretty sure the next time we'll be back is in August. But we can reach for the stars.
Listen.
A lot has happened in this month.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
A lot has happened.
We've missed not that we've missed, but we missed reviewing a lot of stuff.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
You were at the Forbidden Door show.
I did. I ended up going to the Forbidden Door. You
were up there mingling with the AEW fans.
I was. All of those sickly fans in the back. Because we got the last minute tickets.
Yeah.
Right? So we got the dirt cheap tickets in basically the nosebleeds. Like very close to the nosebleeds. But the thing about the Air Canada Centre, fuck you, Scotiabank.
Hey.
The Air Canada Centre, all right, is that there are no bad seats.
There aren't.
There really aren't. You can be way up high and you still have a good spot for a wrestling event.
Unless you get like the legit nosebleed seats, like up there.
Where there aren't any seats anymore and it's standing bars.
Yeah, there's not that many like bad seats.
No. So that was fantastic. And that was a great show. It was a great show. I loved every minute of it.
Oh yeah.
Listen, buddy, I don't know if you've ever seen Will Ospreay in person, but legitimately watching Will Ospreay in person is breathtaking.
That's still my fucking match of the year so far by a country mile.
I know.
It's not even close.
That was nuts. I was like, I don't watch a lot of Will Ospreay. His wrestling is not normally for me.
Same.
Right?
Same.
But wowza.
Yes.
Like just seeing him flip so effortlessly.
Like again, he's one of those guys that I hear people talk about his greatness, but I don't know. I never could get really into Will Ospreay, but this match I was glued to my TV.
Yeah.
I couldn't move a muscle. I'm like, this is amazing.
Ospreay and Omega, fantastic. Yep. He was doing all of the great Shawn Michaels Montreal heat, wiping his ass with the flag, licking the blood of Kenny Omega off of his bicep. Oh
my God.
So much. Fantastic.
Money in the Bank also happened while we were on our little break.
Indeed.
Damian Priest, senior Money in the Bank. I hate that they're going with that, but he's senior Money in the Bank, and Io Sky is whatever
his missus.
Whatever the Japanese version of senorita is.
You didn't bother to look?
I did not. I didn't think it would translate.
No.
I was like, you know what?
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, she is. She's Mrs. Money in the Bank. It lasted over 24 hours, a first in its history of 5 years, which is ridiculous.
I hate that. That's like the norm for the women's Money.
Is the standard of making it more than a day.
Yep.
You're officially one of the best Money in the Bank.
Yeah, because she's
holders
at what,
ever.
like 2-3 weeks now. So like, yeah, she's the longest.
Legendary. Behind Carmella,
Holy
legendary.
Shit.
But yeah, that was a good show as well.
Yep.
I mean, it was good. It was fine. I mean, for me, the biggest thing coming out of it was Jey Uso getting the big win.
Yes.
Getting the pinfall, clean as a sheet, clean as a whistle.
Listen, every time I'm pissed off of the Bloodline storyline, and I'm like, you know what, I'm done. They're not going anywhere with this. They find a way to pull me back in, because that match was great. The drama and all the storyline behind it.
Indeed. Yeah, so very good. They're going off. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam.
In Detroit.
Going to be the main eventing, you know. Shame that Jay is going to lose. But I'm sure it'll be a good showing.
Listen, they're stretching this out as far as they can to the next WrestleMania, man. They're going to find a way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to find a fucking way to do it.
He hasn't even defended the titles in over 100 days.
No.
And he's got 3 of them. For no reason, he's got 3. But
it's Roman, man. He's at that point where he can just do whatever he wants now.
Obviously. But yeah, that's going to be happening. Ronda Rousey seems to be leaving.
Yes, apparently after SummerSlam, she's taking her ball and going home.
Yeah, or going back to the MMA.
No, she's way too old for that now.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What is she, like 34?
Yeah, that's old.
Is it?
She hasn't fought in years.
Oh, yeah.
There's a new crop of fucking women. Yeah, no, that would be a terrible idea.
So you think she's just going to retire?
No, probably just take like a break. Just, do like a talk show or some shit. I don't know.
Why would she do a talk show? She can't speak. She can't speak. No. She doesn't know how.
They'll teach her. They'll give her
heel or babyface. She can't do shit.
They'll give her a lesson. She can't stay on her feet to fucking save her life.
Honestly.
Jesus, every move she's fucking tumbling all over the place.
She's got like the ragdoll physics about her. Yeah. And I love it. It's like slapping a hooker in GTA. It's amazing.
Like every time she does a move, she basically does the whole Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan thing. She's flopping all over the place.
All over the shop.
Oh my god.
It's amazing to see. I love it.
Yeah, but she's gone after SummerSlam. Judgment Day, they're like the hottest act on Raw.
North American champion. Dominic Mysterio.
I love it.
Incredible.
I think they were kind of nervous about giving him one of the actual titles, but they're like, you know what? Let's give him
the
NXT one.
Absolutely do it.
And I can't wait to see what run he goes on. It's going to be very interesting.
Well, the only downside that I've had with Dominic at the moment is I'm sad that they haven't capitalized on a Rey Mysterio feud after WrestleMania. I was thinking, that has a lot of legs than just being a one-match deal. And yeah, they didn't pull the trigger on it. I think SummerSlam would have been great to bring that back up, but it doesn't look like it's happening.
Yeah, and it's not like he was busy doing something else. He was kind of like the side person in the Judgment Day, so they could have just ran that paper. Because I do remember you mentioning that in one of our reviews that you thought that this was going to stretch out till SummerSlam. And I think they did that was the last match, and then they just dropped it.
Just like 2 weeks, maybe a little thing, but besides that, nothing. And Rey Mysterio hasn't done anything for 6 months.
Yeah, and you have LWO
not doing
right
nothing
there, so it's like you could have set up a fucking multi-man tag or something. But
that's my only criticism with the Dom. But I think Dominic Mysterio has been doing a chef's kiss job.
Amazing. His interactions with the crowd have been fucking amazing.
Rhea Ripley, fantastic work out of her so far. Raquel Gonzalez, what? But maybe the match will be good. Who knows? The shame about the women's tag. The tag titles have just been hot potatoed. Something wicked.
Because they bring back Liv and Raquel as a tag team. I thought that they were going to run that for like a little bit. But then they just dropped it on a random Raw to fucking Sonya and Chelsea. So it's like, I'm not sure what their plans are for these titles. Honestly,
I don't think there are any.
I would have just disbanded the titles. Fuck
yeah, just get rid of them. They're obviously not working and never have.
Because it's feeling more of a burden than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like if anything, they should have just left it in NXT. Like that NXT kind of is the place to experiment with this type of thing. So they should have just kept it in NXT because in the main roster it's just not.
Bring
not
back
working.
the Iconics.
Oh my god. Are they still even wrestling? Are they still around?
I don't think so.
No.
I think they were supposed to go to Impact, but I don't think that ever happened.
Oh, I love that their choice was Impact. They're like, we'll just retire. That's fine. That's
cool. AEW wasn't available, you know? The Impact Zone. Where careers go to die. Damn. Or where potential careers just go to retire.
Just fizzle out.
Absolutely.
Because every person that jumps ship to Impact is like, holy shit, this person's on Impact.
Yeah.
And it's like then the next couple weeks they're like, yeah, they're still there.
Gone. Yeah.
They're still there.
Naomi.
Yeah. I don't even hear people talking about Naomi anymore.
And she just won the Impact title, apparently.
I didn't even know that.
The women's belt. She did it at Slammiversary.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And not even that is getting a mention.
Impact is fucking hilarious.
Old Trinity Fat 2. Wonderful stuff.
Oh, in other news, Umaga's son debuted.
That's right.
He's cashing in on the bloodline.
My God.
And he debuted the other day. Zilla Fatu.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
There's a lot of them.
There's too many of them. There's not enough. There's not enough room for them. You know? There's not enough room.
Listen, I think they're all trying to get in on this bloodline thing, but I don't think there's enough.
So, like, the weird thing is that, like, that old saying of, like, you know, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, you listen to the Yokozuna documentary, right? And they're all like, Vince was like, hey, I've got like 16 Samoans. What do I need another Samoan for? Right?
So be Japanese.
And they turned him Japanese.
Yeah.
And now here you guys are bringing every Tom, Dick, and Harry from your Samoan dynasty you can. Eventually, one of y'all's going to be Japanese.
Like, Solo made sense because he's the Usos' like actual brother, like legit brother. But then you have Jacob, you have Zilla, you have Lance. There are so many. Yeah. And it's like, I get the bloodline story is good, but I don't think you can fit all these motherfuckers.
It's too many.
10-man tag on each 20-man tag.
Ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, speaking of 10-mans, Blood and Guts just happened.
On free TV.
Kota Ibushi.
Yeah.
Is officially, well, I don't even know if he's all elite. I'm assuming he is.
Well, his whole deal's weird because he's having some contract issues with New Japan as well. So I'm not sure if he figured that out. I'm not sure how that's going to work because he was accusing them of, you know, hiring Yakuzas and shit. Like, it got weird. Like, it got weird for a second. So I was kind of surprised to see him in AEW, but
he's there.
He was there.
The Golden Lovers.
The Golden Lovers are back. A fucking brutal match. Brutal match to watch, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. It was good. Lovely stuff. I always love a good blood and guts. I love blood. I don't know what to tell you. I love a good story with some blood in it.
Listen, the glass was a bit too much.
Oh, I love it.
The glass took it over the top. I can do thumbtacks. Glass, I was
beds
like,
and nails, glass. Give it to me. Give it to me all the way.
I can't do that.
Give it to me. That's why I loved the Hangman and John Moxley match so much.
There was one spot that I really liked in that match with Pac jumping off the cage and stomping Nick through that was brutal. Yeah. That was brutal.
It was great time. Great time. It was good stuff. I think personally best thing going on in AEW, MJF and Adam Cole.
Oh my! I've been dying of laughter every time their little scenes come up, man.
Fantastic stuff. I mean, they're doing well. And just the subtle nuances to MJF's character, where he's so tragic. He's just a really tragic character. Like when they were playing AEW Fight Forever, right? And like halfway through, Adam Cole is like, wait, so like you've never played like multiplayer games before? And he's just like, you need friends for that. And I'm like, oh.
Well, he's always been that tragic guy. Because if you look at some of his promos, like especially like the ones when he goes back to Long Island, they're always super depressing. Like it's like very offensive at first, then it gets like really sad, and then right when you're about to feel bad for him, he says some terrible things that you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Like he's so beautifully self-sabotaging.
But with this Adam Cole thing, like you can really like because Adam Cole isn't gonna let him do any offensive jokes, so you can really feel like the sadness in his actual story.
Yeah, he's super cool. I can't wait for the turn and just
it's gonna
killing
be
him and just,
it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.
Can't wait.
That's gonna be fun.
I got scared for during this last Dynamite because I thought he was gonna turn on him then, and I'm like, it's too soon. It's too fucking soon. But I'm glad that they didn't. They didn't pull the trigger on that one.
I'm curious if they're going to let them win the tag team titles.
I'm
curious if they're going to do that.
I don't think so.
Or if the turn is going to happen then. You know,
it'll probably happen like after. Like they'll probably lose and then the turn would happen. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, but a lot of stuff is happening. Ricky Starks cheated to win the Owen Hart Cup. CM Punk is getting largely negative reactions, as we predicted.
Willow won the female side
Who gives a shit about that?
Shout out to our one female viewer, man.
Go away, please. We, the wrestling world, do not want you here.
Oh my God.
We love them. But I mean, it's just, again, the AEW women's division has always been lacking and continues to do so. I don't know what it's going to be that's going to get them out of a funk, because they seem to get momentum here and there, but then it always just comes crashing down again.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to get off the ground. I think it's going to be a WCW thing where they're just going to slowly phase them out. Just a lot of
fizzling,
Yeah, because like when the guy booking the show is going on like podcasts and interviews and being like, there's no profit in women's wrestling. It's like, I doubt he's gonna be the one to fucking
give it the shot.
It's like, nah. I feel like they're just gonna slowly fizzle it out until.
I'm curious if there's any like women's executives in the wrestling business right now. Because if it were me, I would hire a woman to come in and specifically manage that division.
I've said that for
I
years.
would give them here, I'll give 45 minutes out of the 2-hour show, or I'll give you 30 minutes out of the whole show. It doesn't have to be like in a clump. I'm giving you 30 minutes total. Book, bring it to me. We'll splice them into these shows. And I would let the woman handle it with the team and learn from them. Don't just like wipe your hands and be like, don't have to worry anymore.
Listen, I'm with you.
But like learn from it, because at this point it's like the ratio is like 70 to or 80 to 20
maybe
in
like
terms
90,
of men
10.
to exactly right. And you need, if you are going to continue this division, if you are going to keep on saying, hey, we're putting women on the forefront of change, then you actually have to do it, and you might need a female injection into that.
Yep. And it's again, it's the same thing with like early 2000s when they couldn't book black wrestlers. And everyone's like, well, just hire a black writer to write for the black wrestlers.
Right.
It's the same shit here. It's like, you clearly don't care about female wrestling. You can't book female wrestling. So get female bookers to book your female division. Because I remember at one point they had Kenny Omega doing it. and he was just bringing all his friends from Japan.
Exactly.
And people were like, "Who are these? Who are these ladies?"
Didn't work.
Yeah, like who are all these ladies? And then Excalibur had to spend like the first 10 minutes of every match just being like, "So, all right, let me run this down for you guys." So this girl, it's like, nah. So just
they only gave them 9-minute matches. Yeah. So that's impressive.
So again, fucking just get, there's a bunch of female bookers that want that spot.
Yeah, there's got to be some of them, right?
Yeah, you can clearly find
because it's got to they've got to be somewhere. They're like all women's promotions out there, and like we've seen what when TNA was decent, the Knockouts division was one of their highest rated segments week to week. Japan has the famous All Japan Women's,
even for all the shit we give them, even WWE at the moment, like they're decent at booking their like you can make a profit off of your women's division.
It feels relatively natural to have them just being there in the main event, or having a Money in the Bank women's version. And
like before it was like, oh, it's piss break, but now you're just like, oh, it's the next match, basically. Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie to you, at Forbidden Door, the piss break match was... I
heard the rumors.
Sadly, Tony Storm defending the title.
I heard the rumors that there was a lot of people getting up, a lot of people going into...
Well, because who cares? I'm sorry, but you've not given the people reason to care.
Yep.
It's like the Jungle Boy match going for the title. No one cares. That's another reason that people were walking out of there.
That was the only Forbidden Door match that I was actually disappointed in.
Yeah. And the only reason that you kind of wanted to stick around was because you knew that a heel turn was coming. Mm-hmm. So you gotta get better with that, I think, and maybe start looking around for some female executives.
There has to be some.
There has to be. I heard that Maria Kanellis was trying to do something way back when, but I don't know if that ever came to pass or if that was just a story thing.
There's a bunch of retired female wrestlers that would love to fucking book a show.
I think so.
Just give them the shot.
Yeah, give them the road agent work. But needless to say, as spokespersons of great wrestling, especially great female wrestling, we bring to you a show in which has a 4-minute women's championship match and an incredible bikini contest. So we're gonna show you how it's done.
Tony Khan, take notes, buddy.
As we bring you a show which can be the template.
Oh no. For the next AEW for
your wrestling moving forward. It is Judgment Day 2003.
As I lay me down to sleep, I pray my soul is mine to keep, and never step outside this bed, never into all the evil,
Every dream you followed, every deed you've done, has brought you to this moment, face to face with destiny.
I am gonna chew you up and spit you out. Triple H, you're a dead man.
These men are beating the hell out of each other. They're gonna destroy each other. Champion Brock Lesnar versus the Big Show in a stretcher match.
The stretcher match is the most barbaric, brutal match that there is in this business.
I am not Hulk Hogan.
What you gonna do when Vincent Kennedy McMahon
rips the red, white, and blue off of you, destroys you?
What you gonna do?
Have you had a good life? Are you proud of who you are? Were you crippled by fear? Are you ready to accept your fate? Judgment Day is upon us. God have mercy on their soul.
That's right, Judgment Day 2003, baby. Yes.
Is it time for the numbers?
It is time for the numbers, but unfortunately not as many numbers as I would like. I've lost OSW. I've lost my place of worship.
Rest in peace, OSW.
Honestly, bring it back, guys. Fix it. Do what you gotta do, because that's where I was getting all of my delicious numbers.
If somehow the owner of that domain is listening to this podcast, bring back OSW.
Absolutely, because what have I got here? You know, I've got nothing. You know, I've got the Charlotte Coliseum, May 18th, 2003, from Charlotte, North Carolina. 13,000 approximate. I don't even have the actual.
Oh no! You sounded so defeated.
Holy shit! Just got the approximate numbers.
Oh my god!
And the attendance is still down from last year's Judgment Day, which drew 14,521 fans. The buy rate, 317,000 buys, whereas last year, 370,000 buys.
Okay.
Yeah, so down once again. Although I was reading Vince McMahon's book, finally got through it. The book in which he was being, viciously and maliciously attacked. Ringmaster.
Yep.
Yes, give it a read. It is a good novel. It is a good book. But it was talking about this transition period, the ruthless aggression period, and how it was basically a situation of, it was all a common understanding that it was like, we're going to take like 2 steps back here in order to eventually take 2 steps forward.
Okay.
So it's like, we're losing Austin in a major capacity. We're losing The Rock. We're losing like all of these bunch of folks. We're going to be building new stars. So it's okay that it's only going to do like a third of the buy rate, or we're going to lose all of this stuff. Because
so
in
they
2
were
years'
okay
time,
with the numbers. Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Because in 2 years' time, we're going to have a new crop of stars, and hopefully that's going to turn the business around. And by WrestleMania 21, we had John Cena, we had Batista, Brock Lesnar is on the rise here, but sadly he goes by the wayside. But
the famous OVW class.
But the crop of talent is being built, and they are okay with the loss of some of these stars and the loss of the numbers. So there we go. Yes, so we have skipped Backlash.
Yes.
As we know. And we have jumped straight to Judgment Day because we are, of course, following the McMenace angle, in which Vince McMahon is going absolutely apeshit on SmackDown. And since WrestleMania 19, where we left off, of course, is Vince McMahon being defeated soundly by Hulk Hogan, saving his job and all of that stuff. And in just a couple of weeks, Vince McMahon was like, you know what? You're suspended. You did win. You get to keep on your contract. We can't fire you, but you are indefinitely suspended.
Yeah.
Go home and sit out your contract.
Which he did, yeah.
And then some weeks later, after Backlash, there was, of course, some vignettes being played of a new arrival in the sport of professional wrestling, WWE. And on May the 1st, a debuting Mr. America.
Yep.
Now, Stephanie McMahon signed Mr. America sight unseen, apparently. Just signed him.
Listen, that's how good she is, that she can just find these new talents just, without even having to look at them, man.
That's right. And so he debuts on Piper's Pit. And this Piper's Pit was bonkers. It was an amazing Piper's Pit. Like, Rowdy Piper, who has returned, is an absolute show stealer.
Yeah.
So he's come back. He's paired up with Sean O'Hare, trying to build him up a little bit. They just recently reenacted the coconut spot that happened on Piper's Pit years ago with Jimmy Snuka. They did that with Rikishi. And then Sean O'Hare picked up a victory against Rikishi at Backlash, in which a coconut was smashed over the face of the quiche.
Okay.
Yes, because Samoan. Right? I don't know. You tell me. It was WWE. But Mr. America comes down to Piper's Pit. Piper is obviously like, you are Hulk Hogan. And
Whoa. First of all, yeah, he might look like Hogan and have the same moveset as Hogan and the same poses as Hogan. But that's not Hogan. That's Mr. America.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, and then Vince McMahon comes down, and he's like, well, you're Hulk Hogan. And it's kind of irritating that you are putting up this farce. All right? And Mr. America is like, I am not Hulk Hogan. And so Vince McMahon is like, oh, well, if you're not Hulk Hogan and you're Mr. America, then you've just signed a new contract, so you're fired. And Mr. America is like, no. I didn't sign a contract with the WWE. I signed it with Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, my God.
An ironclad deal. That means I can't be suspended.
Hogan loves using the ironclad deal. Get the fuck out.
Can't be suspended. I can't be fired. And Vince McMahon can't do anything. God bless America. He beats up the Klan. And the funniest, the clan of people, Piper, O'Hare, McMahon.
Oh, I thought you meant like the Klan.
Not the no.
I'm like, what episode were you watching?
No, he doesn't beat up the Ku Klux Klan.
How is he gonna beat up his friends? That's fucking crazy.
Jesus, he beats up the Klan. And what's funny is that these fireworks shoot off. Right, but they sound like gunshots. So Rowdy Piper covers Mr. McMahon.
Oh my God!
Like he's saving him from a bomb, which is just wonderful. But in the hyping of Mr. America's debut, there were such images connected to Mr. America as John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., tear down that wall. The moon landing. Grains and other vast patches of green land.
Oh my God.
The American flag.
Of course.
And a baby.
And a what?
And a baby.
Just a random baby?
Just kissing babies.
Oh my God.
Mr. America himself here. Among other things, Big Show kills Rey Mysterio at Backlash. With the famous stretcher to steel post shot. That's right.
Gosh.
Where he throws Rey Mysterio into the steel post and then just lets it go.
Yeah.
And Rey Mysterio lands on his fucking face.
I remember that.
Tied up, has no way to protect himself.
Rey Mysterio's been through some shit, man.
Reckless.
God damn.
Reckless. Lesnar versus The Big Show in a stretcher match. That has been declared. On May the 15th, Rowdy Piper has challenged Mr. America to a match. Mm-hmm. During this segment, Mr. America superfan jumps into the ring and is promptly speared to shit by Sean O'Hare. Rowdy Piper then grabbing at the legs of the fan as the security is trying to get him out. And doesn't Rowdy Piper pull the man's leg out? And the thing is that Taz plays it up like it's a real leg at first. And so he's like, oh my God, he just ripped his leg off.
No.
And then, of course, they realize that it's a prosthetic leg. The crowd goes deathly silent. The announcers do the, Owen Hart is just taking a fall voice. Very tasteless.
So everyone thought that
until, of course, they realized
old-ass Rowdy Piper had the strength
off.
to... oh, my God.
This young 19 or whatever he is. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the debut of Zach Gowen. So welcome to the club, kid. That's right. Welcome to the club. A final note, I brought this to the panel, okay, to discuss, and because it's so funny, I'm actually going to play it live. I've decided to play it live for your listening pleasure because you haven't listened to it.
Oh boy!
This is Brock's promo to the Big Show. This is just a snippet of Brock's promo Let us all have a listen together.
Oh my God.
That's not Big Show. I came here tonight looking for a fight with you. You see, Big Show, what you did to Rey Mysterio at Backlash? Gutless. That's what I call it. Gutless.
It gets better.
Why does he sound like...
So I gotta ask you, Show. I gotta ask you. From me to you. Why? Why, Big Show? Did it make you feel?
Why?
Did it make you feel better, Show? Did it make you feel like a bigger giant than you already are?
He sounds like
7
Ronda.
feet, 500 pounds. You feel like a bigger human being, Show?
Oh my
Or was it,
God.
Show, that you realized that Rey Mysterio had a bigger heart than you? Is that what it was?
Who gave that man a microphone?
Thank God he learned how to suplex people.
Honestly, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
shit.
But yeah, that's the big promo for Brock Lesnar versus
You
the Big
feel
Show.
like a big human being?
I feel like a big man. I feel like a big human being. You have to imagine like Brock's head bobbing back and forth like a chicken as he does. You feel like a big man. Make you feel like a big human being.
Oh,
Lovely
wow.
stuff.
Why,
But
Show? Why?
exactly. Why? Why'd you do it, Show? Huh? Make you feel like a big man? But that wasn't the only thing.
No.
Because this is a dual branded pay-per-view.
Yes,
In
it
which
is.
case, Raw has been doing quite a lot of things since Backlash. And Just John, our Raw Rebound correspondent, what's been going on?
So it's actually amazing because we're doing the McMenace storyline, but we accidentally stumbled onto a far worse storyline with Triple H's Reign of Fucking Terror.
That's right.
It's him and Nash. They're building up to Judgment Day,
Mm-hmm.
and every week was just fucking like pulling teeth. Triple H and Flair, they have some tag matches with RVD and Kane. What's his name? Eric Bischoff and Stone Cold become co-GMs, which is going to be important for the pay-per-view that we're about to review. This was also during the same time that Miss Elizabeth passed, so that also happened. They did like a nice little tribute package for her in one of the episodes.
That's right.
Triple H is trying to recruit people to injure Nash. He recruits Triple H to try to take out Nash. And it's just been fucking 3 weeks of just Triple H and Nash.
Yeah. All over the show, if I remember.
Over every fucking show.
Yeah.
Triple H and Nash, and then they like sprinkled in Goldberg, because Goldberg makes his debut in these couple weeks, but it gets overshadowed because all they fucking do is Triple H and Nash, or it's Triple H and Ric Flair and Nash,
and
or
Shawn.
Oh my
Shawn
God,
gets
Shawn gets
introduced,
it added because of
We're
course
trying
he
to put
does.
the band back together, trying to get the clique back together.
And it's been like pulling teeth. So it's been interesting to see that we started off reviewing the McMenace storyline and accidentally ran face first into this.
We are getting a hearty helping of Reign of Terror Triple H. We are like right in the thick of it.
You know what? People always talk about this Reign of Terror of Triple H, and they always talk about this feud with Nash as just some of the worst things ever.
It is.
But until you have to sit down and actually review the show week to week, like going back and watching those, like I was excited because I haven't watched those Raws in years.
Yeah.
And going back and just seeing those, I'm like, God damn. Like
it is something.
It is
something
painful to go through.
Yes, yeah.
And the fact that they saw how terrible this was in 2003 and then years later tried to
run it back. 2011, baby, run it back.
Never fucking changed them. Yeah. Never fucking changed.
But yeah, you hit the nail. Goldberg did debut.
He did debut. He took on 3 Minute Warning, which was Umaga and
Jamal
Roman's
and Rosie.
Yeah, Roman's brother Rosie. Rest in peace to Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
He took them on, and of course it was a squash match. So, but yeah, Goldberg debuted in WWE to very, very little excitement.
It was, yes, it was little excitement. He went right into a program with The Rock, able to send The Rock away.
They had the match at Backlash.
Yeah, that's right. So his final match for years. Excuse me, no, because he had WrestleMania 20. So
it just sucks because Goldberg was such a big fucking name in WCW, and then for him to come here and kind of not even be like the third storyline, they're just like, Goldberg's
he's just here now.
Yeah,
he's just here now.
Yeah, it's like, hey, all this is happening. Oh, by the way, Goldberg's here. Look at him. Anyways, back to
has Goldust has Goldust put the wig on him yet?
On Goldberg? No, not yet.
Damn, could have been so exciting. Could have really turned his character around. No. New corner.
No. Goldust off being weird somewhere.
Yes. But that's that. So that has been Raw.
Raw has just been Triple H and Nash slowly maneuvering around the ring.
That's right. Yeah. Well, they are bringing back the Intercontinental Championship tonight.
Yes.
The new Intercontinental Champion will be crowned in a 10-man battle royal, etc., etc. So we are on with the show, which opens up with JR and the King running down the card. And then, of course, directly after that, the new co-general manager of Raw, Stone Cold Steve Austin, his first pay-per-view as co-GM. He welcomes us all to the show, and he says that he's going to be sitting right up there.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to be sitting with you fans.
Yes.
But not actually with the fans in like a little booth.
The box.
Yeah,
in the skybox. Yeah. Not with all of you people.
Don't want to talk to you guys.
No. And he's going to be drinking beer. Going to be drinking a little more beer.
What?
A little more beer.
What?
Extra beer.
What?
Another beer.
What?
Couple cans of beer.
What?
Little whiskey.
What?
Little beer.
What?
Beef. That's the general. That's the general consensus.
That was his promo.
That's right. We move on to match number 1. John Cena with the FBI in 6-man tag team action, specifically Chuck Palumbo and Johnny Double Stramboli. Taking on this odd hodgepodge concoction of a team in Rhino, Chris Benoit, and Spanky. Brian Kendrick.
The Brian Kendrick badass.
Known as
Spanky.
Spanky at this time.
Yep.
John Cena comes out. He's got a rude rap. And talks about how I know that your woman likes salami because she was choking on my dick. Paraphrasing the rap, of course. I'm not a rap expert.
Oh my god.
But the general consensus was that your woman was namming on John Cena's peen.
Yeah, it's still crazy to me that some people actually like this John Cena.
Yeah, the doctor of thugonomics.
Also, this rap took a long time.
It did.
It didn't take like it wasn't like a lot, but it felt like a lot.
Mm-hmm. On SmackDown, Spanky out-rapped John Cena. This was the first time that, so the referee, Brian Hebner, referee Brian Hebner, well, he's actually quite the efficient beatboxer. So John Cena handed him the microphone for Spanky, thinking that they're both going to shit the bed, right? Oh, my God. He's like, he hands the microphone off to Brian Hebner, and he's like, give me a beat! And Brian Hebner's like, what? A beat? What is that? And John Cena's like, just do it! Give me a beat! For Spanky. And then Brian Hebner proceeds to fucking kill it on the mic.
Oh, I have to find that clip.
Highlight.
What?
Yes.
Earl Hebner.
No, Brian.
No, the beatboxer.
Yes, Brian Hebner.
Brian
Earl.
Hebner.
Yes.
Oh,
Brian.
I thought you. No, I'm like, what?
I said Brian like 3 times. Brian.
Brian Hebner.
Brian Hebner on the microphone, spitting out an epic beat while Spanky raps about how John Cena got beat by Brock. Like John Cena's a cock, like these types of things. And so this is how this match gets started, really.
Okay.
Yeah, so Chuck and the Bull double team when the back is turned. The referee, they work over Spanky a little bit. Chuck Palumbo is able to lock Spanky into a bear hug. Spanky is able to fight out of it, but receives a big clothesline. Shortly thereafter, Spanky is able to get a tag over to Benny Benoit, who cleans some house. The thing that I noticed was John Cena is fucking sloppy as hell here. He is falling all over himself. Like, he is bouncing, collapsing in on himself, breaking legs, cracking ankles. It's fucked up. But he's falling all over himself, and then a gore to Nunzio. Spanky is blind tagged. All men are in the chaos. Nunzio gets back up really quickly, not selling the gore at all, in order to stop Spanky from delivering the sliced bread number 2 to Chuck Palumbo. A kiss of death, a leg drop backbreaker, and boom, we are done.
That should look painful.
It did. Johnny the Bull, I wish more happened with Johnny the Bull. He's actually very good. Like, he looks like $1 million, and he's also able to do these high-flying moves.
Well, the whole full-blooded Italians, like, they both had, like, good physiques.
They did?
Good, like, they were decent. I don't know why they, there's probably, like, a backstory to it. But
there might be. Yeah, but there we go. I mean, we were done 3 minutes. We are out of here. Yeah, there is not enough time for anybody. I don't understand. I don't think the show ran particularly long, but no, this match only got 3 minutes. In the skybox, Eric Bischoff arrives.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, what's all this? What's going on? What the fuck?
This is my skybox office. He's like, no, we're co-GMs, so everything that you have is mine. And everything that I have is yours. We're co-GMs, everything is 50-50, but I didn't invite you, but we're co-GMs. So this whole arena is 50-50 hours. So I'm going to be up here in the skybox with you. I'm going to enjoy it.
And for the next 2 hours, you get some of the worst comedy segments you're ever going to see. Ever.
I mean, Eric Bischoff talks very highly of this. He says, we had great chemistry. We had great comedic timing.
There was no comedic timing.
Well, of course, Steve Austin says, well, if you're going to be up here, then we got to have a beer.
Yeah.
And Eric Bischoff is like, we haven't got, like, wine, champagne, no, just beer. And he gets handed the beer, and he's like, you might want to drink out of a can. I'll have it in a glass. You don't know who touched that can.
Yeah, and I find it fun because it's like, yeah, I'll have mine in a glass, and the girl proceeds to pour it in like a red cup.
He's like, so sassy. So that's going to be what's happening for the rest of the night as we move on to match number 2, in which La Resistance takes on Testicles, Test, and Scott Steiner.
Okay. Yes, Scott Steiner and Test with Stacy Keibler take on La Resistance.
La Resistance!
Rene Dupree and
Sylvain Grenier.
Sorry to all my French people, I do not speak the French.
Sylvain Grenier.
Hold on. Rene Dupree and Sylvain Grenier.
Yes.
Come on, man. I'm French, man.
There you go. This all started with a love it or leave it debate about whether or not we should go to war with Iraq. Christopher Nowinski was very much against it. Scott Steiner was, of course, very much for it. Yeah. And he said, if you don't like it, you can get out
get
or be French.
Yeah, Scott Steiner should have a mic at all times. La Resistance cut a You People promo, but like to America.
That's right.
Just talking about how bad America is and that they go to wars and, the classic everyone hates America thing.
Where's the lie?
I'm leaving it silent, just like the actual. And as they are coming out, Tez seems pretty annoyed at the relationship of Scott Steiner and Stacy Keibler. But Testa starts off strong, getting some of his anger out before tagging in the genetic freak Scott Steiner. La Resistance takes control of the match, wearing down Scott Steiner. After a suplex, Scott manages to tag in Test, and he starts cleaning house. La Resistance takes out... Am I saying the name right? La Resistance?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm fucking...
La Resistance!
Every time I say it, it sounds weird in my head. But they take out Scott. They take Scott out to the outside, and then they try to use the numbers game against Tess, but Scott recovers to save the day. Tess goes for a pin, but the ref is distracted with Stacy, who's on the apron for some reason. One of the Resistance members bumps Tess into Stacy, and she falls, but Scott's there to catch her. And they have like a nice little moment.
Yes.
And while Tess is like, well, what the fuck is going on here? He gets rolled up, but only gets a 2 count. Scott is brawling with the Resistance. Tess goes for a big boot, but accidentally hits Scott, leading to the Resistance getting the win. And then after the match, Tess tries to leave with Stacy, but she wants to make sure that Scott's okay. And he's like, bitch, let's go. And he drags her off.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. You are coming with me. You are my property.
Yeah. And then we head backstage, and Detective Extraordinaire Gregory Helms is backstage, and he tries to get Mr. America to admit to who he really is. Because, there's
some people say that you're Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Some people. And then Mr. America says, well, some people tell me that you're the Hurricane. What's up with that, brother?
What's going on there, dude?
Dude. Hogan does not want to leave the 80s, I swear.
Both men's alter egos are accused.
Well, not alter ego. We don't know that. We don't know that for a fact.
Part ways with no one really saying anything. This was a fucking nothing segment.
It was funny. I liked it.
Nothing was happening.
It was a funny segment.
It was a useless segment.
It was a funny segment.
Fucking useless.
No. Gregory Helms is a national treasure.
Backstage with Eddie Guerrero, who has the gold medals.
Matthews.
Yes, Josh Matthews.
He looked like a baby in this fucking thing. Holy shit.
Certainly did. He's still a couple of years still removed from Tough Enough.
Damn.
Yeah. He didn't even win Tough Enough. And
that's why
he's there.
That's why he's doing interviews.
That's right. Eddie says that he will find a tag team partner to go against Team Angle for the World Tag Team titles because Chavo has been injured.
Yeah, and his only options were to either go and do a handicap match.
That's right.
Or forfeit the match.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, no.
I've got myself Tajiri.
Mm-hmm.
And Tajiri comes in and he's like, what have I been teaching you in the Mexican streets, my raza? And he says,
I want to say it's racist, but it's Eddie. So whatever. Go for it.
What have I been teaching you in the streets? Ese. And he says, to lie.
What did he say?
And to cheat. And to steal. Ese.
Holy shit. Oh my god, that was amazing.
And so we move on to match number 3. Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri coming out first, the challengers to the tag team championships of the SmackDown world, as they go against champions Team Angel.
Team Angle. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin.
That's right. For the tag team's titles, ladder match, a brawl breaks out first On the entranceway, Eddie is sent into the ladder by Shelton Benjamin, which never gets used again in this match. Which is quite odd. Tajiri is taken down 2-on-1 in the ring. Eddie is able to get back in to try and even things up. Team Angle, Shelton Benjamin with a press slam into the knee of Charlie Haas to Eddie Guerrero. They get the ladder, but Tajiri fucks up a crossbody over the top rope.
Yeah.
And to be honest, so does Eddie as well, because I think Shelton was supposed to sidestep or something, but it was very sloppy.
But Tajiri did make up for it with the handspring elbow to the ladder.
That's right, handspring back elbows
yep.
into the ladder to no pop at all. Quite.
Well, it came right after a botch, so I guess the people were still like, what the fuck?
Yes. Tajiri and Eddie in control now. They beat down Haas a little bit. A double baseball slide into the ladder, into the balls of Charles. A ladder sandwich and the helo, as Taz calls it.
Yes.
It's called a helo.
I need to speak to a wrestler to really see like how much damage does it actually do to you. It feels like you're getting most of because you're landing back first on a ladder.
Yeah.
There's
probably very little damage being done, but it looks cool.
It does look
and
cool.
I think that was the only reason for it. It does
look cool.
Shelton Benjamin is back in and stops Tajiri from climbing the ladder, who lands teeth first onto the rungs of the ladder. Later on, a T-bone suplex sends Eddie into the ladder as well.
Beautiful suplex.
Mm-hmm. Off the ladder, Shelton and Haas, with their hangman move, dives on the body, driven right onto the spine of Tajiri, who is sandwiched on the ladder.
Listen, Benjamin doesn't get enough credit. And Haas, too. I feel like both of them are super underrated.
One of the most underrated tag teams of all time, absolutely. Charlie is sent all the way to the outside as he climbs the ladder. He goes directly over the top to the floor, probably landed on his face.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero makes the save there. The ladder is used by Tajiri as it is wedged in the corner to drop kick it into the faces of Team Angle. He gets one off pretty well, but the second one is pretty sloppy. Tajiri continues the work with the ladder, a tarantula to Haas. Shelton Benjamin breaks it up with a ladder right to the back of the head. Eddie and Shelton then trade off a little bit of fighting. And at one point, Eddie is able to monkey flip Shelton Benjamin out of the corner into Charlie Haas, who is holding a ladder.
Yeah.
Yes. Frog splash by Eddie off the top onto Benjamin as he tries to fight off both men. He can't do it, so he says, fuck it. Frog splash off the ladder. Back up then, seconds later, Charlie Haas and Eddie Guerrero are up there. A sunset flip powerbomb off the top by Eddie Guerrero to Charlie Haas. Shelton Benjamin then tries to stop Eddie Guerrero. Tajiri returns to the ring and mists Shelton right in the face. Eddie Guerrero is able to take the titles down to win. The crowd pops huge for it, but gotta be honest, a very messy ladder match.
I really like this ladder match. I really like this ladder match. Aside from the couple botches, this was a fantastic ladder match. It was a fantastic ladder match.
I will not disagree with you. I think I have such high standards when it comes to the 2003 product, because this is when I was a kid. So I'm going back with nostalgia. And my rose-tinted nostalgia glasses are starting to break.
See, like, I didn't really start watching wrestling till, like, the PG era. So all I've known is shit. So I come into every pay-per-view with, like, zero expectations. So this match was amazing.
It was just very messy. A lot of botching, a lot of all that. It was just, blech. Just, I don't know. I was not...
Listen, you know what? Let's settle it. Let's settle it this way. At the Colossal Tussle, when this episode comes out, let us know. Was this a good match, an average match, or a bad match.
Right.
Because we're on two, because I love this match. You think it was okay.
It was, it wasn't for me, pal.
At the Colossal Tussle on Twitter, let us know who you think is right here, because I love this match.
Well, one person that loves it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, because back in the skybox, both men are trying to say, listen, we should get Eddie Guerrero. We should get him on Raw. We should get him. To a lesser extent to Jerry, but we should get Eddie. And Eric Bischoff's like, yeah, I know. We can. We should. I agree with it, but you have to make the calls. He won't return mine.
There was a funny moment also in this segment where Stone Cold gives Eric a beer.
That's right.
And he's like, "Oh, take a sip of the beer," and he takes a little like sip,
little sophisticated sip.
And Stone Cold basically calls him like a sissy. He's like, "What's wrong with you, man? Like, what do you drink the beer?" And he's like, "Okay." Yeah. And takes another sip,
and he's all like, "Lovely."
Oh my gosh! Man.
So he opens up the window, he grabs a microphone, he says, listen, audience, watch this man drink a beer. Go ahead and drink this beer. Right?
He's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, he just takes another sip, smiles at the audience. He's like, this is a lovely beer. And Austin's like, you are drinking like a sissy. If Eric Bischoff is drinking like a sissy, give me a hell yeah. And hell yeah, of course. And Eric Bischoff is like, yeah, well, I'm just enjoying my beer.
This seems like something that you would do, though.
It is.
Like the whole time that I'm watching the thing, the whole segment, I'm like, this seems like a KJ thing. Like, KJ seems like the guy that will take like a sip of the beer.
I am Eric Bischoff. Backstage, Chris Jericho is getting interviewed about his IC title opportunity when Rowdy Piper comes in. Now, these two men have been exchanging words on the Piper's Pit and highlight reel, respectively.
Yep.
Jericho says that Rowdy Piper's gotten fat on his highlight reel, to which Rowdy Piper responded, listen, I've seen your work. I've seen the highlight reel. I'll lose weight. I'll give you a call. When you get some talent, you call me.
Damn.
Boom!
Damn.
And then Mr. America debuted. So
all that went out the window. Fuck that.
So backstage now, Chris Jericho says, the senior citizens' home is down the street, Grandpa. And Rowdy Piper feigns being a deaf person. He's like,
Did they ever actually like go through with this feud or no?
No.
Fucking Mr. America. Yeah. God damn it.
Not until WrestleMania 25.
Oh, but that was when he did the whole Legends thing.
Right.
Nah, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
But there it is. They've circled back.
Long-term booking, baby.
It was always the plan. Rowdy Piper.
Finish the story.
That's right. Rowdy Piper says he did a good job ripping off Piper's Pit, the highlight reel. And then they both circle back around. They say, Chris Jericho's like, I'm going to throw 9 other ass clowns over the top and win the belt. And Rowdy Piper says, and I'm going to rip the face off of Mr. America and reveal that it's Hulk Hogan once and for all. And they say, maybe, just maybe, we have something in common.
We were robbed. We were robbed of a great fucking feud, man. God damn it. Well, we move on and they play a video package of the history of the IC title.
It's a video package.
A bit all over the place, for me at least. Because they do the prestige, like they make it seem like this prestigious title.
Yes.
But then, like right in the middle of the pay-per-view of the video package, they start showing like all the controversial wins to it, which I was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And then they went back to being like, yeah, but it's still like very prestigious. And I'm like, what message are you trying to send?
It's had a history. It's had a history. So the IC title is coming back after being merged in 2002 for no fucking reason at all. Right? Because at first it was the IC title being merged in with the hardcore title.
Mm-hmm.
So The hardcore title was merged. Yeah, I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I have a little trivia for you, Just John. You're going to give me the answer.
Okay.
Who was the last IC champion, and who merged it?
The last IC champion was Stone Cold.
You're fucking wrong, you fucking idiot!
No. Oh
You're
wait, it's The Rock.
You're wrong, you
Who?
stupid bastard!
Who?
You're a fucking idiot!
Who was it?
For shame!
Who was
It was RVD. It was Rob Van Damsel in Distress, and he had a match with Triple H, the World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
Yes, in which he lost, and it was title for title, and the merger took place.
Oh, I was way off then.
You were.
I was off by
You
a couple
were.
years.
Absolutely.
I was off by a couple years. Jesus fucking Christ.
Now, because unfortunately, the WWE Network is a piece of motherfucking shit right now. The likes of which I have never seen before. I physically couldn't even watch this match. It kept cutting off on me. There was a scathing letter of review that I was given off during this time period. Because I very specifically said before the updates, none of this shit was happening.
Yeah.
So, in the interest of sharing the load, I got you. Just John must take us through.
It's time for a good old-fashioned battle royale for the IC title.
This is very clear about just how thin this roster is, that they can only manage 10 people on the Raw side.
Listen, I feel like it could have been more, but yeah, all we got was 10. And those 10 are Lance Storm, Kane, Val Venus, a.k.a. the Big Valvoski, Booker T, Chris Jericho, Christian, Rob Van Dam, Goldust, and Test is coming back out. They couldn't even get a legit 10.
Yeah.
They had to make fucking Test do double the work today.
That's right.
Kane starts out working on RVD as everybody watches. Then they all, except RVD, try to throw Kane out. He fights them off and eliminates Storm. They all try to throw Kane out again. And they actually manage it this time. But Kane comes back in and starts beating the shit out of everybody. He chokeslams Test, chokeslams Val Venus, and chokeslams RVD before leaving. Booker takes advantage of this and eliminates Test and Val Venus. Booker T eliminates Test and Val Venus is eliminated by Goldust. There we go. Jericho drop kicks Goldust off the middle ropes. Back suplex on Goldust as Christian works over Booker. Jericho and Christian work together to work over Goldust, but Goldust lands a double clothesline, taking out both men before setting them up in the corner for the Shattered Dreams. He gets Jericho first and then Christian. A jumping sidekick on Booker is followed by a spin-a-rooney from Goldust. Goldust goes to throw Booker out, but Booker reverses it and tosses Goldust out. And this match is going at lightning speed. I'm not sure if they were short for time or what was going on, but these bodies are flying.
A lot of these matches very short.
Yeah, bodies are flying. This does not seem like a normal battle royal. Christian saves Jericho from an attack as both heels start working together against Booker. Double suplex. Christian holds Booker up and Jericho hits a clothesline on Booker. Jericho and Christian are in control. Book will have his moments, but the number game is just too much for him. Jericho goes for the lion salt, but Christian follows him and throws him over the top rope.
Sneaky bitch.
Since day one, baby. And now the last two are Christian and Booker. Booker is fired up and he hits Christian with some chops, forearms, a spinning heel kick, a flapjack. Book goes for a kick but misses as Christian yanks him down by the hair. Christian goes to give Booker a low drop kick, but Booker moves, and the kick knocks out referee Chad Patton. Now, here's where it gets confusing.
Yes.
Here's where it gets a little confusing. Because Booker throws Christian out.
Absolutely.
Booker's music starts to play.
We've won.
Pat Patterson goes to give the title to Booker T. Right, like it's all set in stone.
Yeah. He's almost got away with it.
Christian then just punches Pat Patterson. He steals the title belt and drills Booker with the title. Right? He picks Booker up and the ref's starting to come back to life now. And he throws Booker out and the ref calls for the bell and Christian gets the actual win.
That's right.
Very confusing ending. Very quick Royal Rumble match. Your thoughts?
What can I say? It was a classic.
I hate it here. Jesus Christ.
It's a visual masterpiece.
Listen,
Listen, in all seriousness, Christian winning the IC title, fantastic. Because Christian has always been the chicken shit heel. He's always been really good at it. He's a perfect person for the first title.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no further questions.
As Pat Patterson was giving Booker T the title, Jerry the King Lawler on commentary said, "There's no way he wants to hand the title to someone like him." And I feel like JR is just done with this shit because JR was just like, God damn it. JR didn't even have the power to say anything. He was just like, God damn.
I love it. I absolutely love it. But oh boy.
No. Don't. You're not gonna get excited for an IC title match. Get excited for this bullshit.
But John.
Oh my god.
But John. Backstage.
We just had a ladder match and a battle royal, and you were like, yeah, these were cool. But all of a sudden you get excited for this bullshit.
Backstage.
Oh my god.
Ooh. No one will be seated.
Oh my god.
While Sable comes up and taunts Tori about the upcoming bikini contest.
All of you need help.
Sable, she says, "Can I borrow your oil?"
Can I borrow your oil?
Yes. And she starts rubbing her legs with it. She's super tanned. And she's like, ooh, this feels so good. And she's like, are you going to use it? Because you're going to need all the help you can get. And Tori Wilson is like, we'll see about that. And walks away. And then we get the tail of the tape.
They've done more for this match than any other match so far on this pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then, just when you couldn't be more hyped enough, we get ourselves a promo package, baby!
Turn to the WWE.
There are a lot of people that don't feel there is enough room in SmackDown for two divas such as ourselves. But I personally just wanted to let you know that I think we're going to be the best of friends.
What is going on with Sable?
Well, was it something that I said?
Oh, man. I guess we're getting set for the Female Body Challenge, the Sable Invitational.
Everyone but Tori accepted my challenge. It seems Tori's feeling a little fat.
Oh, what's up with this? Tori is here. She accepted the invitation, I guess.
You can't have a bikini challenge without this Playboy cover girl.
Oh, man. Red sequence bikini. I love Lollipop. There's nothing to even say right now. Oh, man. Oh, Marie, I didn't know what the hell is this all about?
loser tonight is you. Now, I know the fans think you should have won, and I am a fair woman. So, why don't you see how you match up against me? Sable versus Tori in a bikini contest. Me, Playboy centerfold against a Playboy centerfold.
Sable and Tori in a bikini contest? I can't wait!
Ooga, ooga, ooga. Ooga. It is now time for the bikini contest. Match number 5.
Of the tape and a fucking video.
Just John, are you ready?
No.
Are you ready?
No.
Because we get the music hits. It's Tori Wilson time, and Lillian Garcia is playing us live.
Video packages, tail of the tapes, and custom entrances.
Custom entrances
for a
live.
bikini oh my god.
Live, Lillian Garcia sings, and it is...
It's something.
Boy, oh boy.
It's something.
She should stick to the national anthem, that's all I'm saying. America the Beautiful, this was not. The Sable comes out. Both women get to stripping.
Yep.
And both women get to stripping.
Wait, but isn't the point of the bikini match to them strip each other?
No, it's the bikini contest.
Oh, so they're just showing off the goodies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about this is class. What are you talking about? They're not going to be rolling around like some sort of heathens.
My bad. My bad.
There was previously a bikini contest at the Sable Invitational a couple of weeks ago, in which
the Sable
Nydia,
Invitational.
That's right, yeah. In which Nydia and what's her face? Oh, Dawn Marie. Yes, they were invited to the Sable Invitational because those are the only women on SmackDown at the time. And then here comes Tori Wilson, and Tori Wilson says, "You can't have a bikini contest without me, the Playboy cover girl," which is what this all started over. Tori Wilson has become.
So this is a blood feud.
Yes,
this is the end of a blood feud.
Yeah.
Oh,
just John. This is the beginning of a blood feud. Oh, we're not done yet.
Oh, shit.
We're not done yet, sister.
So not only did we get the McMenace storyline.
That's right.
And the Triple H Reign of Terror.
Yeah.
We're
Tori.
getting
a woman returning from a lawsuit for sexual harassment to come back and do a lesbian NXT storyline.
Oh, man.
Very exciting stuff.
Oh.
Very exciting. But yes, she was beaten down at the Women's Invitational.
This is why you guys watch.
That's right. Yeah. She was beaten down, beaten to a pulp. They shared a lollipop a couple of times, and now we're here. Whoa. Sable takes off, shows off the goods in a skimpy attire. Tori Wilson in Playboy-inspired uniform. She's got the bunnies on her titties. Mm-hmm. She's got the bunnies on the booty. Mm-hmm. But it's not enough for the fans. Sable actually wins. By the sounds of it, by the first poll being taken. Jerry Lawler is, of course, going nuts. Oh, yeah. But he's not mic'd, so it's just silent funniness.
Well, they had to not turn his mic off.
It's amazing. I love it. So, yeah, Sable wins at first, but then Tori is like, oh, no, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
I had more in store.
Oh.
She reveals an even skimpier bikini underneath.
She had a bikini underneath her bikini?
That's right. She had double bikini.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
She came prepared.
That's right. Jerry Lawler is going nuts again. It's very funny to watch him because he's pulling on JR. He's like, JR, look at it! And then, of course, Tori Wilson wins. Mm-hmm. But she says, just so that there's no hard feelings, she walks over to Sable, presses her bosoms against her bosoms, and gives her a kiss on the mouth.
I have to stop skipping things.
Tori Wilson wins!
I have to stop skipping things.
This absolute Bobby Dazzler of a match. After I cleaned myself off, I then proceeded to the next segment.
Oh, yes. Oh,
After
my
that
God.
glorious titillation.
Oh, my God.
Eric Bischoff
Can I
is
go
in
home? God.
Eric Bischoff is in the skybox. He drinks habanero pepper juice after being fed a habanero pepper. Eric Bischoff is then doused with some beer by Steve Austin. Have some more sandwiches. Have some more beer. Have some more peppers.
Stand-up comedy at its best, baby.
Absolutely. And then we're backstage. Roddy Piper and Sean O'Hare. Vince McMahon comes in. He wants America to die. Vince McMahon hypes up Roddy Piper. He says, there wouldn't be a Hulk Hogan without Roddy Piper.
Mm-hmm.
He takes credit for the WWE's existence. But look at Roddy Piper. The term ruthless aggression. Roddy Piper invented ruthless aggression. And it takes a cold, calculating bastard to do what I need to be done tonight.
Yeah.
A recap of Roddy Piper taking off Zach's leg just added more salt and pepper to this storyline.
Listen, Zach must be the most, the unluckiest fucking wrestler that's ever existed. Because he goes from that debut to then having that video package shown again.
Yeah.
His second outing.
That's right.
And then a couple weeks later, well, we all know what Brock does to him, so...
that's just the beginning, my friend.
Oh, my God. It gets worse?
That's just the beginning, my friend.
How could it get worse?
McMenace.
Oh.
McMenace is how it gets. Oh. Match number 6. This is the come-down match from the bikini contest, of course, as two legends go at it. Roddy Piper taking on Mr. America.
From two great bodies to two...
Great bodies.
Well...
different strokes for different folks.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Those some gilfs.
Yeah. Dadbod.com. Unbelievably, when Roddy Piper comes out here, he's got some heat. He's like legitimately getting booze. He's getting like the heat of the night so far, which is amazing. It's Roddy Piper in 2003.
And then Mr. America comes out, and at this point, he's not even hiding it.
No, he's got a steel chair going.
He's got the steel chair. He's doing the pointing. He's listening to the Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah, the American Maniacs.
American Maniacs.
Thank you very much. And he says, "This chair here, brothers. This chair here is for my very special friend, brothers."
See, that's the Hogan says brother.
Yeah.
America says brothers.
That's right.
Let me introduce you to Zach Gowen.
Crickets. Nobody has any idea who this man is.
Why would they?
They're only just starting to understand. Oh,
didn't he call him an American hero?
He did. An American hero. An American hero, Zach Gowen. A 2-on-1 beatdown to start. Roddy Piper and Sean O'Hare giving him the business.
Yeah.
Piper tries to take Hulk into the buckle. I'm just going to call him Hulk. But Hogan blocks and gives Piper the 10-punch spot and some biting, of which he lifts up the mask to do.
And shows the full goatee, the blonde,
full
everything.
Manchu,
it's like...
all of it on display. Axe handle smash by Roddy Piper when Hulk is taken to the outside and gives the business to Sean O'Hare. Back inside, Roddy Piper takes the belt off of Hogan and takes to whipping, and then Hogan gets to whipping. A sleeper hold by Roddy Piper. Taz says that Piper has been wrestling for millions of years, so he has no problem putting on the sleeper holds to somebody that's wearing a mask. There's no restriction.
Taz is a dick.
Piper has been wrestling for millions of years.
Oh my God.
Hogan tries to fight out of the sleeper hold but gets knocked down again, but then all of a sudden, he's American enough, brother.
Amazing. He is American enough.
He is. He's American enough, and Piper is taking the shots. A big boot, and here comes Mr. McMahon. He comes down, Roddy Piper with a low blow to Hulk, and then Mr. McMahon hands Sean O'Hare a lead pipe.
Yeah.
Sean O'Hare gets in while the referee is distracted. He goes to hit Hulk Hogan, but he ends up hitting Piper instead.
He hits Piper with a pipe.
He did. He hit Piper with the pipe. A leg drop by Hulk, and Zack grabs hold of Vince McMahon's leg for getting him into the ring. Mr. America wins. And Mr. McMahon goes walking up the ramp. He's like, okay, all right, fine. All right. Okay, fine.
That's never good.
Fine, no problem.
That's never good.
Yeah, no problem. Everything's good.
That's all right. I'm not worried.
And Michael Cole with the line of the night. If you're Zach Gowan, you'd better be running from Mr. McMahon.
Oh, I just want to see the day Hogan has like a normal match. Like every one of his matches is just like this insane concoction of just shenanigans left and right.
Shenanigans aplenty.
I love it, man.
As we move forth to match number 7. Just John, you've had deep intel for this match as it's the World Heavyweight title.
Oh my
Triple H
God.
defending against Big Sexy Kevin Nash with Shawn Michaels in his corner.
Yeah, so I'm usually like a big, like I'm very lenient when I review shows. As everyone knows, I'm very lenient, but this was something.
Mm-hmm.
This was something.
Absolutely. We have yes. What were you going to say, good sir?
Yeah, before the match, we go backstage to Triple H walking.
Yeah.
He's just walking.
Yeah.
And
He's
then
got his game face on.
Stephanie comes out of nowhere and she's like, be careful.
Yeah, be careful out there.
And then she just walks away and I'm like, yeah, we needed to see that. Yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cut time from everything else and give us this.
Fill for time.
God.
Fill for time. Fill for time. There's too much on the line.
Yeah.
Because here we go. It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a down and dirty battle. Right?
Yeah.
The match starts right on the outside. Flair gets beat up by Shawn Michaels. Both men are ejected right away.
Get out.
That's right.
I think because they were in Carolina, they just needed the Flair cameo. Be like, hey, look at your guy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And
all
then
right,
just send him away.
Now leave.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Nash is sending Triple H into the steel steps. We get into the ring for the match to officially begin, and we've got the corner special, baby.
Minute 1, and it's already corner special.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. The big knees by Big Sexy, a big back body drop by Kevin Nash as well. Outside, H is off of the ring post, back into a big boot. A body slam and a big elbow. 2 times, baby. 3 times the charm, bitch.
And the crowd
crowd
wild.
is silent. I have it right here in my notes. The crowd is fucking silent.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Triple H then pokes Kevin Nash in the eye and then pushes Earl Hebner down. A swinging neck breaker by Triple H. An Irish whip gets reversed into a follow-up clothesline by Kevin Nash in the corner. He gets into the mount position and starts punching the hell out of Triple H and then pushes Earl. This match will end in a DQ, and the fans know it.
Yeah. But not from all the previous times that they've hit Hebner.
That's right.
Maybe some other shit.
Ric Flair is gone. They sent him away, so the only chance that there would be any sort of pop and reaction to this match is gone. It's his home fucking town. What are you doing? Goddamn
and then
idiots.
the next best thing, Sean.
Yeah, he's
also
gone
got
too.
kicked out.
Within 30 seconds.
So you're hoping that Big Sexy and
He's
Triple
gonna carry
H.
this match.
Yeah.
Gonna put on a barn burner.
Okay.
A low blow by Triple H here. Earl gets knocked down in a scuffle. Triple H exposes the turnbuckle but fails to put Nash in it. The sidewalk slam by Kevin Nash, corner elbows, and another big boot. He sets him up to do snake eyes into the corner. Earl Hebner gets up. He's blinded. He's very much beat up and groggy and gets thrown down anyway.
Earl Hebner's been the best worker in this match so far.
That's right. Triple H then sends Nash into the corner turnbuckle. Pedigree, but Nash kicks out because we're friends. That's the only reason that Kevin Nash gets to kick out of it.
The power of friendship.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
you'll give me your finish, but like I'll like kick out of it, and then like you can try to hit it again or whatever, but it's gonna be a screwy finish anyway. We've already got the money, brother.
Honestly, great Nash impression. That was actually pretty impressive. I was okay, all right. I didn't know you had that talent. I didn't know you could just be Kevin Nash whenever you wanted.
All you have to do is just sound drunk and tired. Get
sound
two,
exhausted.
Yeah, get 2 shots of bourbon in you can probably do a Kevin Nash too. Everybody's got one in them.
2 shots of bourbon after a long day of work.
That's right. And you'll have the Kevin Nash special in no time. You'll be taking people into the corner of the bar and driving knees into them, giving them the back elbows. Yeah. Like we already got them together. He tries for another pedigree but gets backdropped over the top rope to the floor. Triple H then produces a sledgehammer. Earl Hebner is the one that gets nailed by it.
They couldn't even let fucking Nash take that bump.
No.
Poor Hebner, man.
Earl Hebner has taken more bumps in this match than both of these men combined.
Holy shit. And the thing I fucking hate, like he's been hit like 5 times in this match. No DQ. Gets hit with a sledgehammer. That's when they're like, all right, okay.
That's enough.
That's the DQ.
That will be enough here. A DQ finish. The brawl continues.
Because now Nash wants to fucking wrestle.
That's right. Now it's time for the snake eyes off the bolt of the turnbuckle, Triple H, and then the jackknife powerbomb right after that. Nash then chases after Triple H as he's being helped away by mounds and mounds of referees and Terry Taylor. A flash of Sergeant Slaughter pulling up in the back there.
Yep.
Nash chases after him, gets him over to the announce position, which is set up by the entranceway at this time for Monday Night Raw. And jackknife powerbomb through the announce table.
Yeah. Flair comes out, but Nash,
doesn't matter.
Nash beats him up.
Get out of here.
Michael's like, bro, that's our friend. Remember the hug. He's like, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck off.
Pushes him.
Good God, you're going to break his back. You're going to break his back. And then jackknife through the table. That's it.
Yeah.
The crowd was mild throughout.
Not a single pop was heard.
Yeah. Nothing at all. Finally, the skybox, where this entire thread of story has gone to all night.
It's time for the conclusion.
Eric Bischoff gets sick on the fans because he's had too much booze. He's had too much food.
And the crowd goes crazy.
That's right. What a moment! Getting us hot and heavy for match number 8, the women's title match. As Trish takes on Jackie, takes on Victoria, takes on new women's champion Jazz.
Good shit.
Yeah, we know that Trish won the title back at WrestleMania, but didn't hang on to it for very long. Steven Richards trips up Trish as soon as the match gets started, and here we go. Trish and Jackie are able to take out Jazz and Vic before facing off themselves. Trish is then dragged out by Victoria, and Jazz goes at it with Jackie in the ring. A pin is broken up by Trish, gets sent into the post. Jerry Lawler. So Jazz is saying, like, the bitch is back. Yeah. That's her catchphrase. And so is Theodore Long, who is now managing Jazz. The bitch is back. The bitch is here. It's all about. So Jerry Lawler is like, she says the bitch is back. Well, look out, bitch. Here's Trish.
Holy shit.
And he's like so hesitant to say it. Like he's so scared to say it. He's just, look out, bitch. Here's Trish. An STF.
Early Jazz. Oh my God.
Tremendous. An STF by Jazz to Trish Stratus. But Jackie is able to lock in the half crab on Victoria. So both women are experiencing submissions. But neither go to actually break up one another's. Trish and Jazz are alone in the ring. A chick kick only gets a 2 count. All 4 women are in the ring now. Trish goes for the Stratus faction, but gets sent over the top rope to the floor. A very hard landing. She might have chipped a tooth on that, actually. Jazz then stops a pin by Jackie. A DDT by Jazz to win in a lame duck quiet finish.
Listen, well, what do you expect when we're coming off of a puking angle?
A powerhouse segment that was. It's main event time, and a promo package sets the stage as Big Show tries to capture the title, the WWE Championship, from one Brock Lesnar in a stretcher match.
Mysterio's going for the West Coast pop. He's caught in midair. Oh, Big Show. Oh, no, he's got it. The Big Show. We have broken Mysterio in half. And here come the EMTs. Rey Mysterio landed really hard for about maybe 10 feet in the air. EMTs are taking no chances here. Oh, my God. Big Show is back. What the hell is he doing back here? What the hell is Big Show doing? No! Stop this! No! Oh, my God! The returning Rey Mysterio. Rey, it is great to have you back. When can we expect to see you in the ring?
Doctors say I should be cleared to wrestle in a couple weeks. I never thought I would be able to wrestle again when the Big Show put me on that stretcher. You know what went through my mind? My family. For the first time in my life, I felt scared.
Would you ever consider getting back into the ring with the Big Show?
I don't think I can answer that right now.
Big Show has Rey Mysterio hostage. Wait a minute! Here comes Lesnar! Brock Lesnar! Taking down the Big Show!
Big Show, you can run all over the mat. You can run all over the locker room. You can come in this ring and bully anybody you want. But I ain't standing for it. You want to bully somebody, Big Show? Try to bully Brock Lesnar. You calling me out for a fight? I'm not stepping in that ring until you put that WWE Championship on the line. You want this title? Come and get it. Seems how Big Show likes stretchers so much. Why don't we make our title match a stretcher match?
The WWE title is on the line in a stretcher match. Big Show and Brock Lesnar. It has been 17 years since there's been a stretcher match in the WWE. It takes years off your career in one night. The object is to beat your opponent senseless and then wheel him out of the arena. How the hell is Lesnar to get Big Show on the stretcher? Are we looking into the eyes of the next WWE champion?
Main event time for the WWE title. Stretcher match, the first time in 17 years. This is the most barbaric match in the business. Only one has been sanctioned in 17 years. The last one, Andre the Giant and Killer Khan. The only way to win is to put a man across a piece of yellow tape. The most barbaric match in the business.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Listen, at least they're pulling out all the stops for Brock.
Mm.
I think they want to make him the next big thing.
They're trying desperately.
And they're making sure they're doing everything they can.
Yeah,
bringing back a match that hasn't been had in 17 years.
That's right.
Back to back. Is it back to back main event spots?
Because
except for Backlash, he was main event for this show and for
yes.
What's the name? What was the last show we reviewed?
No Way Out. He was the co-main event for that one.
What was the main event for that?
Hogan and Rock. What are you talking about? Rock Hogan 2. Electric Boogaloo.
No, wasn't Rock and Hogan?
No, it was the main event.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ.
Still though.
He's not doing bad.
My point stands.
That's right. He's not doing bad. They are solidifying him as the main event. He is the top guy in the company at the moment. You are absolutely correct. And it's funny, because when Big Show comes out here, he's got a stretcher with 3 names on it. Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, and Brock Lesnar. He's crossed out Rey Mysterio because he's effectively killed him at Backlash.
Yeah.
But Chris Benoit is not crossed out. And we're already on to Brock Lesnar. So he's coming in having not followed through on his promises.
But don't worry. Chris is going to see the stretchers. I just bleep that. I just bleep it. I just bleep that whole thing.
Oh, I feel dirty about that one.
You should.
You should feel dirty about that one.
You should. I'll put a beep on that.
I didn't even think about it.
I can see that.
Just happened.
I can see it in your face. It just happened. Man. Oh my god.
Lesnar takes it to Big Show with the stretcher right off the bat. Show is able to fight back with a solid right hand. He picks up Brock with, but Leslie Bear is able to counter and send Big Show into the steel post.
Yeah.
Leslie Bear is in control. Brock wheels the stretcher into the face of Big, and then Show gets up and does a press slam, and that turns the match. Back inside, a choke slam by the Big Show, and a big leg drop. Lesnar is positioned onto the stretcher here, but he's able to get himself off of there.
Yeah.
And it is at this point that, once again, the WWE Network is a piece of shit. And kept failing on me. What happened in between?
There wasn't much to it. It's a very... I give them credit for trying to incorporate the stretcher into the match. But at the end of the day, it is just a big piece of plastic.
It is.
So there was a lot of hitting to the back of Big Show with the stretcher, or not the actual stretcher, but the
plastic board of it.
Plastic board
the
of
surfboard bit.
Exactly.
I will say they were laying into each other. Like, they were nice and stiff with the shots.
Yeah, it's a
You
fucking
could definitely
plastic
hear it.
board. Yeah, go for it, man. Like,
you could definitely hear it.
Kill me if you want to, but
It might not have felt like anything, but it certainly sounded like it was a gunshot.
Let's see. Lesnar hits a spear on Show. I'm not sure where you ended up with.
Leg
where?
drop.
No. I mean, like, where you got your feedback.
Yes, I got it back at the finish.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
It was down for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lesnar hits a spear on Show. He slams him down. He gets the stretcher and wheels it into Show's ribs. Show fights back and wheels the stretcher into Brock's ribs. Show picks him up and throws him back first into the ring post. Under the ring, Show gets another stretcher and smacks Brock in the back with it. Show is now on the apron, and Brock, who is in the ring, knocks Show back first onto the stretcher, and Show hits the stretcher and like bounces off of it and onto the floor.
Yes.
Brock walks up the aisle and goes backstage, and all of a sudden Rey Mysterio is just in the ring.
Yes, this is where I returned, is that Rey Mysterio makes an appearance after some tussling, and Rey tries to fight off the Big Show, but of course he is El Gigante. So that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He's easily dispatched and goes for a chokeslam, but then Brock Lesnar produces a forklift.
He's out of thin air.
That's right. He brings a forklift down to the ring because he knows he's not going to be able to drag the carcass of the showman over across that yellow piece of tape.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be able to do it. So, Rey Mysterio jumps onto the back of the Big, but gets taken off once again. But that gives Brock Lesnar enough time to deliver a flying forearm smash off the top of the forklift.
Yep. And then he goes fucking bananas.
He does. He goes banana.
Crazy, yeah.
In the spirit of Pat Patterson, he goes banana.
That was tasteful. I thought you were gonna go a completely different way.
No. No more death here. He's ramming
Running
the
out of
shoulders into the Big Show. He's beating him pillar to post. And finally, an effortless suplex.
Mm-hmm.
And follows that up with an F5. And then he places the surfboard onto the to the forklift skid, and then puts Big Show onto the skid and lifts him up about 15 feet in the air, and then drives him over the finish line. Brock Lesnar wins.
Listen, man. Yeah, that was a match.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite match on the card, but it was decent, man. Again, I give them props for trying to incorporate the stretcher into this, but at times it just felt forced. Even with the finish, like you're putting him on the skid basically. This is not just the floor. You're putting him on the skid.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really need to put the surfboard under? Like, how specific are these fucking
that's
rules?
the stretcher, you see. You can't just drag him across the line.
I feel like if you're going to be that anal about the rules, then I feel like a forklift shouldn't count. It should be on like an actual stretcher. But
yes.
Again, I'm not the booker of this shit.
No, you're not. Otherwise, it would have been a better show.
Thank you. See. This is why I come here, for the compliments, man.
Fucking absolutely shit was this show. Absolutely shit. So, we have ourselves the match of the night.
Yes.
The standout star.
Yep.
The show winner.
What?
Of always. And finally, the show grade. So, I will kick it off with just John. What do you have for me and why?
Match of the night's easy. Team Angle versus Eddie and Tajiri. My favorite match on the card, maybe except for America and Piper, because I love Hogan, man. I know he's controversial, but I love Hogan. His matches are always so much fun to watch. But I'm gonna go with Team Angle versus Eddie and Tajiri. Nothing but fucking great spots after great spots from the first bell till the end. I know you have your differences on that match. Again,
I sure do.
At the Colossal Tussle.
Yes.
We're going to discuss it on Twitter. Standout star, I'm giving it to Christian. I liked his heel antics. Him pushing Jericho. Everything was great. Christian, standout star. Winning show, I'm going to give it to SmackDown.
Yes.
Obviously. I'm going to give it to SmackDown. And the overall show grade, I'm going to go 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
2 out of 5.
Well, yeah. I mean, this isn't as bad as the Great American Bash 1997. Because I remember that show. But this certainly wasn't good.
No.
My match of the night is going to be the main event, because out of everything, that's the only one that I was like, okay, all right, there's a little bit of fun in here at least. Got the forklift, got diving Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar putting in work, which
I didn't think he was going to
do.
make that dive.
Yeah.
That seemed kind of far.
That's right. But he did it because he's a super freak, all right? And Brock Lesnar is just that type of athlete, and he's putting in work. Right? He made a match out of the Big Show, at least, crowd-wise was entertaining for them. So the standout star for me is Brock Lesnar. They seem to be building him up pretty well. His promos need work.
Yep.
But be that as it may, he's still a super athlete. He put on a pretty entertaining match. There's a reason that he is the main event, I think, at this point, because I think he is the most popular person in the company.
Oh, yeah, especially with everyone either injured or leaving.
Yeah. Between him and maybe Shawn Michaels up there as the two most popular people, at least on their own separate brands. But Brock Lesnar is definitely carrying SmackDown in terms of work rate until Kurt Angle returns. So the show winner is, of course, going to be SmackDown. Of the offerings that Raw gave us, good God in heaven.
Yeah.
La Resistance, Steiner and Test, absolutely not.
Yeah.
We had the Battle Royal, which was, it was fine. Triple H, Kevin Nash, an abomination of a match. And the women's title didn't get any time.
And that was every week leading up to it. So it was just nothing.
Yeah. And that was kind of the theme of the whole night, was just a lot of nothing because not a lot of matches had time.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Kevin Nash Triple H match, that was 17 minutes. 7 minutes. It felt like 15. The ladder match only got...
that match felt like a 20-minute match.
But the ladder match only got 10, 12 minutes.
The Royal Rumble was
the Battle Royal.
I think Kane got eliminated in like the first minute.
Longest match was the main event, but that was only at a 14-minute.
Mm-hmm.
So really just a lot of nothing on this show. A bad effort. A bad effort by all involved. You are ruining my nostalgia. 2003. You are thoroughly ruining it. And I don't understand. So my show grade is 1.
No.
1 star.
No.
1 star.
No, come on. That deserves at least a 2.
No. The main event is the only thing on this show that I was like, cool. All right. That's something.
You gotta go back and watch watch it again.
The show opener, 3 minutes. La Resistance and Test and fucking Steiner. All 4 of those men, either they're green, they can't work, or they've only got one working leg. What else? What else? Match number 3, the ladder match, I thought was a sloppy mess.
Great match.
Other than a couple of spots, a sloppy
Royal
mess.
Rumble.
The IC Battle Royal.
Match.
I couldn't even watch it.
Fine match. Piper, America.
The bikini contest.
Match. I'm not counting that as an actual
Nothing
match.
happened. Number 6, it's Piper and Hogan 20 years past their prime. 20 years past their prime.
8 matches, 4 good, 4 terrible. I say that's a 2. That's
1 star. You need to do better. Nothing of consequence happened. This one through line of Austin and Eric Bischoff, so long to come to nothing.
Yeah, that was bad.
Bonkers.
That was
a bonkers episode of wrestling television.
That I would give you. The Stone Cold Eric Bischoff shit took way too much time.
But that was that. Thank you very much for joining us. I don't even have the energy. Thank you very much for joining us. The next time that we're going to be here is for, I believe, no, that is not a dual branded pay-per-view. So the next one is going to be a SmackDown show.
So what's the next one?
We're going to be moving on to, I believe, July. What is this? May, June, July is going to be Vengeance.
Because
so we're going to be dealing with Vengeance.
Bad Blood, but Bad Blood is okay. Yeah, so it's Vengeance.
Yes, indeed. Vengeance. So the next time, Vengeance 2003, in which we have such wonderful matches as Vince McMahon versus Zach Gowen, I believe.
Yep, Vince versus Zach Gowen.
Mm-hmm. And what is in the main event?
Kurt versus Brock versus The Big Show.
There you go. Yep. Plus many, many more. So that will be coming next time on the Colossal Tussle podcast. We thank you very much for joining us. Of course, you can always find us on Twitter at
the Colossal Tussle 1 on Twitter. At the Colossal Tussle on YouTube as well. Make sure you go to the YouTube, you leave your comments and all that. Like, subscribe.
Yes, we need the likes, the ratings, the reviews. You guys have done so well with us, giving us all of your reviews and viewership because of you, as a matter of fact. I have started to join a couple of other podcasts. So go on over to Sunday night's main event where I have done an appearance and I have been making pretty consistent appearances on the Merry Wanderers, the Fake Off show, the Merry Wanderers podcast, which you can catch on Tuesdays. That's where I have been. That's where I've made my debuts. And thanks to you, the more exposure, the better. So thank you very much. These podcasts are absolutely tremendous. Sunday night's main event has a plethora of all sorts of different podcasts. They cover everything wrestling related, not just WWE, not just AEW, but there's indie wrestling that they do. There are Impact Wrestling that's being done, all sorts of stuff. Go ahead, check it out. You'll have yourself a great time. As for us, You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Apple.
Music, yep.
Yes. We've got Audible.
Stitcher.
Yes, but Stitcher is going to be closing down, apparently.
What?
They're going to be shutting their doors very soon.
Okay, so fuck Stitcher.
Yes.
Google Podcasts.
Google Podcasts. All sorts, any and all sorts. You can find us anywhere. Listen to us. Share us around. At the top of the show, you heard about the sponsorships. If you wish to sponsor, send us an email at colossaltusslepod@gmail.com. That is at colossaltusslepod@gmail.com. So, until then, Vengeance 2003 is our next stop for Just John. I am KJ Johnson, and we are out.